Hey everybody, and welcome to Doing Stuff with Dave. After my lightsaber build, I decided I wanted to switch gears a little bit and build another one of my favorite sci-fi props, and that's the Tardis from Doctor Who. There's of course many variations of it, one for each Doctor, and I figured rather than try to imitate any one specific TARDIS, I would incorporate some of my favorite elements into my piece. So let's get started. I'm still learning to use SketchUp, so this was a challenging piece, but I was able to design and print the parts that I needed. I began priming the pieces with an automotive primer. For the windows, I had something specific in mind, so I masked them off after priming. I found what I thought was a pretty good match for the classic blue TARDIS color. I began painting the pieces I was ready for, removed the masking from the windows, and then I laid all the pieces out so I could assess what the next step should be. I decided to work on the police call box signage next. I used a silver Sharpie to highlight the letters, which I had printed out so that they were raised. I also printed a raised frame around the perimeter of the sign. I also used the metallic silver to finish the door handle and lock for the door. To complete the signage, I mixed up some clear epoxy resin and I poured it over the letters, allowing it to fill the space between the letters themselves and the raised frame I had created around the outside. I took the remaining epoxy resin and dyed it yellow. I carefully placed it inside the window openings that I had created and then placed the window frames into the openings. I carefully placed a drop of the dyed epoxy resin in each window pane until I had brought the level of the epoxy up to where I wanted it. The epoxy requires 24 hours to cure, so I had to do this over the course of 4 days. After the windows were complete, I used super glue to glue the police call box signs in place. The signs that go on the doors are too small at the scale for the text to be readable, so I used black lines to represent the text. So my signage is done. I used a little bit of leftover morning coffee to stain them a little bit to make that look a little weathered. And what I'm going to do is use some of this tacky glue to try and attach them with a pair of tweezers. During this same step, I used some crazy glue to attach the door handle and lock. Although I didn't illuminate the windows on this piece, I did want to illuminate the lamp that goes on top of the TARDIS. So I took some wire, a white LED, a resistor, and made a simple circuit hooked up to a 9-volt battery that I could use to light the lantern. All right, let's give this a shot and see if that lights up. Awesome. And since I know how much you love those special effects I did in the beginning, I thought I would end the video with that same effect. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.